This video is part of an ongoing series. The first video, linked in the top right, will help you understand and follow every video released alongside it, including this video. Thank you and enjoy.
Happy Pokemon Day, Thinkers! The Pokemon Presents dropped us amazing footage of teasing the new legendary Pokemon designs and additionally confirming our hopes and speculations for a DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, in not just one, but two separate installments. Now, I'm not here to just talk Pokemon news or my name wouldn't be Thinkafurr. No, we're here to talk about Nintendo and Game Freak's massively huge lean towards Eldritch aka Lovecraftian-inspired Cthulhu inspirations for not just Pokemon SV's current plot and Pokemon, but also its currently unresolved plot and newly showcased legendary Pokemon. So, grab a cup of Thonk juice, sip on some of that pop culture smoothie goodness, because we're continuing down this Pokemon Eldritch theory rabbit hole. Bit of a spoiler, but it's so deep a rabbit hole, it's basically a warren at this point. Terrestrial power is sourced directly from the core or heart of Area Zero. It leaks directly from the time machine, and it's clear that something is completely and totally off from the start about the time machine. The narrative that what we see or interpret is a time machine is given to us by the professors, Arven, and effectively how it's presented to us in-game by Nintendo and Game Freak. However, as I stated in my previous video covering the basics of Eldritch lore, Azathoth, and Outer Gods, these entities are incomprehensible to standard mortals like humans. When we see them, their form changes to what makes the most sense to our brains, and when humans make pacts with them to gain favor and power from these eldritch entities, it comes at the further cost of sacrificing that person's sanity and also parts of their body. So this is where I sit in this theory. Thinkers and viewers, what I am proposing is that the time machine and the professors being replaced by robots is in fact a false narrative. One intended to fool you and subvert you from a darker truth. A dark truth that may involve the professors' minds being twisted into believing they are now robots, their dreams and delusions of grandeur being apparitions of the mind, manifested by the power of the eldritch entity, the Disk Pokemon. Before Turo and Sada even enter Area Zero, Heath was there, researching the effects of Terastal and encountered a mysterious entity who then possessed him and controlled him, forcing him to write the Scarlet Violet book, which effectively is a Necronomicon book. What that is, I'll save for another video. But this page of the book showing the entity is incredible. It shows a direct illustration of the entity in the drawing. This canonically fits the Eldritch lore, as entities often possess mortals into writing these books and often have themselves drawn in sketches under the act of possession, because if a mortal was to directly look at them physically, they might lose their sanity. The sketch of the Disk Pokemon's appearance is effectively forbidden knowledge, and when we compare its appearance to the artwork of Azathoth, does it not look directly inspired? Now, alongside this, take a look at Pokemon Presents' reveal of the Disk Pokemon's form. Cerebi reveals this new legendary Pokemon's name as Terapagos. Its naming choice is clearly an inspired combination of Terra, abbreviated from Terastal, and Pagos, abbreviated from Galapagos tortoise. Physically, it looks like a giant tortoise with enormous tentacle tails and, a tentacle beard? Yeah, I'm gonna call that a tentacle beard. Anyway, it basically looks like the Disk Pokemon is a combination of both the mythical world turtle and Azathoth, the eldritch outer god responsible for creating all of reality in the dreams of its sleep. And if one controlled this dreamer's powers, they could in effect create or alter anything within reality. It's clear that this Pokemon, Terapagos, has an ancient and deep connection to the source of terrestrial power, and the professors, according to this video's theory on Disk Pokemon, are under its control, or maybe its influence. They even stated that the highly advanced AI and technology of the time machine isn't possible within this world, and that it was only with the power of Terastal that they unlocked their hidden potential to create both the AI and the alleged time machine. But here's the contradiction. If they created the time machine, why does it control them? All of this makes no sense, and it just leads me to believe none of this is real and is a delusion created in the minds of the professors by the entity disguised as a time machine. Now, I sat down and reworked Terapagos very quickly and roughly, all in an attempt to over-accentuate this entity's Eldritch features. And when put next to the original Terapagos, its depiction in the Scarlet Violet Book of Heath and artwork of Sothoth, it all begins to fall into place just a little too perfectly. Like way too perfectly. Leading me to further speculate that maybe Terapagos was indeed the entity in Heath's book. And perhaps it took control of Heath and later Professor Turo and Sada, using their ambitions to further its own goals. Maybe Terapagos had a dream of its own. Maybe Terapagos wanted to share its terrestrial power, its treasure, with the world. The power to make dreams a reality. Maybe that's why we see massive pipelines around the room of its chambers, underground pipelines, and why the terrestrial crystal dens are forming from the ground below. Because Terapagos is the source of terrestrial power, and with the mind puppetry of the professors, it could leak its power all across Paldea's undercropped layers, allowing the crystal dens to later form Terapagos' very own dream paradise world. A dream with the distant past or distant future flavored by the professor's own dreams and ideals, mixing with Terapagos' own vision for Paldea. That's why the machine calls its mind control of the professors Paradise Protection Protocol, because the paradise world the professors dreamed of, aka the dream world Terapagos envisioned, was already created by Terapagos. Now, that all said, if you want even more food for thought, have a look at the cover of this famous book series entitled The Color of Magic. Does this not just scream of Eldritch entity crossed over with World Turtle? Well, it should, because the entire world is carried on the back of a cosmic entity, and this entire series is called Discworld. Discworld? Disc Pokemon? Eldritch World Turtle go burr? And with that, I will leave my speculations and theories here. I leave this Eldritch-inspired mystery to you, thinkers, to ponder further. For now. Big shout out to Grimm for sharing the Discworld novels, and a massive shout out and thank you to The Last Shaman for letting me use their art. Please go check out their art page here. Also check out Birdkeeper Toby's channel whilst you're at it too.
Thinkers, if you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments below and hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to support the channel's content monetarily, you can join as a member on Patreon or join on YouTube. Both will get your name in the credits and behind the scenes access. Now, before I head out, be sure to share some of that love and support around at my partner's Instagram at ElfSpringArt.
Additionally, Elfie is now open for commissions publicly, so if you want something created, again, head down to their Instagram page.
Give them a follow. Love ya, Elfie. Thinkers, have a big-brained, thonky day, and be sure to think safe out there. Bye-bye.